All right, it's 4 o'clock. Got about 4 hours till sunset. I found a new spot that I want to go adventure to. All right, so I went to a new place, walked some of the trails looking for campsites, and all they have is this one right here. But it's right where you park, and I don't know, feels like I'm a little naked to the world being there. So I decided I might as well fish because it looks like a cool fishing spot. So I'm gonna throw my line a couple times, and I think I'm gonna go try and find another site. I'm real bad at this. I was down here walking the trail. The trail kind of goes along the river here. The current's real slow here. Well, it's quick, but there's actually some deep water here. And some places for fish to hide. I saw a couple minnows when I was walking it, so. Very beautiful here. And when I showed up, there was a bunch of teenagers on a quad, and they had one of the sleds you'd pull for if you're going ice fishing out in the lake. And one of the kids, some girl, got in it, and they were just towing her behind in the dirt. Thought that was pretty funny. I could have swore I just heard somebody up here walking around. Over here's where I saw some minnows in the water. Been hearing a ton of gunshots out here. I'm assuming there's got to be a range nearby. Little rapids right there. Pretty cool. Honestly, it might be too late in the day for me to go find another spot. I might just go home and have a campfire. I think that could be just as fun. Yeah, just constant gunshots. It's got to be a range or somebody on their property. Just having fun. Sounds like a good time. Oh wow, look at the view. Gorgeous. But yeah, I went out, sat at my favorite little restaurant, and had a birthday beverage. Ate some fries. Had a good time. Yeah, you know, it's my birthday. I might as well just make a little fishing video and do some of the stuff I want to do. Unless I can find a spot before nightfall, and I'll try. All right. I decided to just keep driving down the road I was on because it followed the river. And I think I found a spot for the night. Funnily enough, the only spot that looks like a campsite has a sign that says no camping. But I'm not going to be camping at the site anyway. I'm just going to be parked in here. There's plenty of space. So unless you're trying to park here, in which case don't ever park here. Yeah, look at this. It's like a little convergence. And a ghost train. Really, really cool. And then I'll walk back to the site, but I think I'm gonna flip my car around, and I think I'm gonna haul the wood out to the little fire pit area and have a fire. I don't know if I'm gonna camp here yet, but I don't see a reason not to. The only downside is there's a highway there where that truck is, and this is just a little offshoot road, so it's not very private. So if I decide to camp here, anybody could just pull in at any point in the night. Not that that's super concerning, but it's not comforting, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm gonna flip my car around because you always want to point your front of your car towards the exit. just in case. And then I'm gonna haul some wood back there, and yeah, I'm just gonna hang out, have a campfire. Let's go burn these logs. Tell you what, I'm really liking these landings and the free camping. It's pretty cool. You guys are gonna see what I'm talking about here in a minute, though, about the site that says no camping, but it's clearly a campsite. I'm curious if it just means no camping in this direction, beyond this point. Good suggestion if anybody from Wisconsin that does these little landing sites. You have really good information boards, but you should put up a little campsite map. That way I know. I'm not just wondering. Oh, you know what I didn't bring is my camp chair. Oh. That's okay. I'll go back and get that. Really cool over here, though. See, where I grew up, there wasn't like a major, well, there's one major river system, but not like here. This, the Namakagan, I think that's how they pronounce it. I mean, it stretches a very long way. These little landing sites are adorable. Because what a lot of people do is they pack their cooler up with beer and they float on tubes all the way down the river. Really, really cool little spot, though. I'm gonna get my camp chair and head back and enjoy the evening. Got about an hour and 10 minutes before sunset. I'll probably not camp tonight. I think I'm just gonna hang out here. I'm just, you know, I camped last night. I did the whole setup. It's my birthday. I'm just gonna have fun. Well, the plan of getting farther away from home was kind of a bust, but now I'm pretty confident in all my gear. And since I'm confident in my gear, I feel a lot more comfortable going farther away. Let's get a good pile going this time. And then we'll do one little down log. None of this stuff is wet. Well, it's slightly moist, so I'm actually going to take it and line the fire with it. On this side. That way it dries out. Oh, that way it dries out as I'm having the fire. That will be very convenient. There we go. That'll burn for quite a while. So there's one thing, if you're a newer camper, and you're getting out and you're doing it, that you should be well aware of. As soon as that sun sets, temperature starts dropping very fast. It's no joke. I'm sitting this close to the fire. Another thing is try and sit your body long ways towards the fire. I know it seems odd, but you'll be colder if you're facing the fire. You know, if you're with a big group of people, it's not a big deal. But when you're by yourself and it's cold, get up close on that fire and get the one side of your body on it. And then you'll find that the other side of your body doesn't really get too cold. And if it does, you just flip. It's not a big deal. But yeah, the sun's down. It's starting to get cold. And I think I'm going to head home tonight. I don't think I'm going to camp. You know, it's my birthday. And I have a lot of travel coming up soon that I'm excited for. It's going to be a good time. But this is what I'm really looking forward to. I might actually take a trip back home to Michigan and do some filming there. That sounds like a lot of fun. I know that the fish are going to start biting here soon. As soon as this weather stays in the 50s, 60s, and that water starts to warm up, we get a couple of nice warm days that maybe reach about 70. It's going to get real fun. So I'm really looking forward to making a lot of fishing videos, and I'm going to keep up with the car camping. It's a lot of work though. You know, you don't think about it, but setting that all up and setting it all up is actually not that bad, but tearing it all down, that's a lot of work. A lot of work, but it's fun. And I plan on doing it probably 2-3 times a month. Probably 2. I'll probably do it 2 times a month. And so I'll probably film every other weekend. And then on the off week that I'm not filming, I'll be editing. But I'll try and keep shorts going, so I'm getting out into nature and having fires and fishing. And I think I'll be doing some fishing videos in between the car camping videos. But my goal for this summer is to get out to some dispersed camping, out on some actual trails, and get the Subaru out there and, you know, have some fun. If I can achieve, you know, I'd say a good 10 plus trips this summer, I'll be very happy. And then got a lot to look forward to. I'm gonna get the boat out in the water. I'm gonna get the kayak out in the water. Gonna get some new shore fishing spots. I think I'm gonna learn how to river fish a little bit. I've never been big on it. I think the only river I really fished, I was fishing for like rock bass, and I'd catch pike. And you know, pike are cool and they're fun. They fight, but they're not good eating. Then again, I'm not too worried about eating them. So, but yeah, I had a really good birthday. You know, a lesson that I learned today on my 33rd birthday is only you can control your emotions and how you react to something. People are always going to do things that irritate you, even if they don't mean to. You know, you're going to get irritated, and there's going to be times where you're just, you know, not happy about it. But you can control how you react to that. And it's fine to have a poor reaction and be upset, but you got to get yourself out of that. And I learned that today. You know, I had a moment where something happened that I didn't really like, and it just felt, I don't know, it didn't feel good. And I packed up my car, I came out here and I did this, and stopped off at a little restaurant that I like, hung out there, and I had a good time. Another lesson that I'm learning, and that I always kind of knew, is that being by yourself and learning how to be comfortable by yourself and with yourself, that doesn't mean going out in the woods and sitting down and sitting on your phone or like this recording. Like, you guys see the parts where I'm recording, and that's a very small fraction of the actual time I spend out here. The majority of the time I spend out here, I'm just looking around, listening to the sounds, keeping the fire going. And that's really the fun of it. You learn how to be comfortable with yourself, and you learn how to enjoy your own company. It feels good. And it's something that I've had to reconnect with. I used to be really good at it. And then circumstances changed, and I changed. And now I'm trying to get back to that. So, lessons learned. Lessons learned around a campfire, hanging out by yourself, with yourself.